Hey everybody, Nick Wingate here from Ground Zero. As I approach my 1 year anniversary being with the company, yeah, I know it just time flies. I would be remiss if I didn't take a little bit of time and to discuss the five products that kind of just really blew me away with this company. And I tell you what, let's just go over those five products right now, shall we? Number one, Ultra A2 Amplifier. So the Ultra A2 Amplifier, it was literally the first product that I had a chance to listen to. Jacob was kind enough to send that amplifier to me, and I've seen it. I wanted to hear it, and then when I get this thing, and I realized that there was only one true way I was going to listen to this amplifier and judge it and understand it was to be putting it in my home system, which is exactly what I did. And I have a couple of amplifiers that I have had for quite some time, and they're quite expensive. I don't mind telling you. And I listen to this amplifier against those two within my home system, utilizing my reference audio, CDs, vinyl, streaming music that I know extremely well. And this amplifier held its own, and in some cases surpassed the amplifiers that I'm used to, especially when it comes to depth and width. That is the one thing that I found this amplifier to be extraordinary with, is how they literally make the room disappear. Not just the speakers, but the room disappear. That is the hallmark of an outstanding design product with very, very low level distortions. But it also means that whoever designed this, they knew what the hell they were doing. So it was thoroughly impressive. It blew me away, and it kind of set the stage for everything else that I was going to be listening to the rest of that day, which we'll talk about here in just a minute, because the second part of it is about some speakers that I listened to that same day. Number two, Ultra three-way components. Having listened to the Ultra A2 amplifier, Jacob had also sent me the Ultra three-way component set. The T30 tweeter, the M80 mid range, and the K165 mid bass. And I decided that the best way for me to listen to this again was in my home system. And as I already had the A2 amplifier hooked up, I thought, well, why not? Let's just go ahead and build a three-way crossover, which I did. The passive network took me about an hour, and I hooked these things up and literally just wrapped towels around the mid bass and the mid range and laid them on the floor, and I sat there and listened to them. And now everybody's staring at me like, why are you listening to them on the floor? It's, well, there's carpet on the floor, and I won't get a bounce off of the floor with the carpet. And they were so revealing just in free air that it floored me. I had a sound stage with them sitting on the floor. I had depth, I had ambience, I had three dimensionality. And I thought, okay, is it just the A2 amplifier doing this, or is it the combination of the speakers and the amp, or is it the speakers? So I literally hooked up one of my Crown amplifiers to this Class AB Crown amplifier, I might add, and I got damn near the same response. Yeah, they weren't quite as revealing. They didn't have quite the depth and three dimensionality that the A2 amplifier provided, but these speakers were absolutely amazing. And they're not designed to be played like this. So when I had an opportunity to listen to them in Chris Pate's amazing Violet Tahoe, it just confirmed everything that I thought. It is absolutely positively the best sounding three-way system in car audio I have ever heard. Period. End of sentence. I was blown away by them. I am blown away by them every time I hear them. And every chance I get to listen to Violet, I do. And if you ever get a chance to listen to that car, please take the time to do so. It is an eye-opening experience in every respect. Number three, reference three-way components. With respect to reference three-ways, having experience listening to ultra three-ways, um, it set me up for an evaluation of this new three-way system. Uh, it was going to be a direct comparison. And having the reference three-way here along with an ultra three-way to literally go back and forth between the two of them was a godsend. Literally was, because yes, the ultra three-way is amazing. It's the best I've ever heard. Having said that, the reference three-way is probably 85% of ultra three-way. It does everything the ultra three-way does. Get depth, width, height, three dimensionality, timbre, power handling is very, very good. It gives you everything they have. It's just not quite at that level. It's close. It is extremely close. And I am a huge fan of the tweeter that's in the new reference series. That tweeter for the size. You gotta remember the reference tweeter is 1 inch in diameter and it's about an inch and a half deep, maybe if we're lucky. The T30 tweeter is enormous. I mean, you would look at it and go, yeah, there's no way that's going in a car without some serious modification work because it's flat huge. It's 3 inches in diameter and 4 inches deep. It should be amazing. And it is. But the reference tweeter is very close to it. And it's, 80% smaller. So, yeah, the level of technology that they have brought, that Ground Zero has brought to a reference line is extraordinary. That's the only way to describe it. It is extraordinary. And when you take into account the price point versus Ultra, you get something very, very, very special. Number four, Uranium 4-channel amplifier. So, Uranium 4-channel amplifiers. I was very fortunate that I got two of them to actually power my system in my SUV. I have a reference three-way, and I have a single plutonium 10-inch sub. And I use one of the amplifiers to drive the tweeters in the mid ranges. I have another amplifier that drives the mid basses and the sub. I bridged two of the channels on one of the four channels to drive the subwoofer. And being able to change the bias settings on the amplifier, that's a huge part of this, what makes these amplifiers so very, very special. And I ran the tweeters in the mid ranges basically at almost pure Class A mode. I left the Class AB section fully open on the mid bass drivers and obviously on the subs. And the first time that we fired the amps up and I listened to it, I was very pleasantly surprised. I got a very big soundstage. Timbre was exceptional. Dynamics were exceptional. Fluidity of instruments. I listen to a lot of classical music. I'm a huge fan of listening to piano concertos. I listen to a lot of stringed instruments, violins, cellos, and the ability for the amplifiers to give you the textures of instruments, of strings. Hear the rosin on bows, on cellos. That takes an exceptional amplifier. And these are, and especially at the price points these things are at, they are nothing short of amazing. Number five, hydrogen two-way components. Hydrogen two-way components, 6.5-inch two-way. Again, one of the first set of speakers I had an opportunity to listen to. I have a 6.5-inch two-way home cabinet that I test speakers with constantly. And this is the first time I had a chance to listen to them. I actually put them in this cabinet. It's designed for any kind of speaker that is going to be used in the car door. And I was, honest to gosh, floored. The tweeter is very smooth. It's very clean. It's very articulate. But it's the mid bass driver is just exceptional. It's a multi-layer paper cone, cast aluminum basket, 1-inch voice coil, but it's how much energy this mid bass produces. It is extraordinary. Bass guitar, female vocal, male vocal. It is a mate that is perfect to this tweeter in every respect. And of course, this also goes to the passive network crossover design that comes with it. Exceptional in parts design, very simple design. Of course, keep it simple, stupid, make things easier. And then I had a chance to listen to it in several cars, and it does the exact same thing it does in my home. Extraordinarily sounding system, especially when you consider the price point. I was literally more impressed with this than just about anything I listened to because of how inexpensive this is to the performance level of music that you get through this amazing speaker system. So there you have it. That's the five products, quote unquote, that thoroughly impressed me within my first year tenure here with Ground Zero. But having said that, I would be remiss if I didn't throw something else into this. And yeah, I'm liable to get in trouble for this, but I really don't care. I had a chance to listen to an amazing sounding three-way in a very small Kia vehicle. And this was a titanium three-way that was on, I believe, Iridium amps, and don't quote me on, but I think so, with a pair of SPL subs and a 4 to 8 DSP that Ground Zero used to build. And I was so thoroughly impressed with this system that I kept thinking there's no way that this three-way does this. It can't be this good. But it was. It was absolutely amazing for the money. I had never heard anything like this. We were talking a system in a car that was right at $3,000 retail. It was insane. It image, stage, depth, width. It was crazy what it did. And to this day, I still sit there and go, I shake my head every time I think about it. And I look forward to listening to that car again. And I hope I do get to listen to it in the very near future. But anyway, I can ramble on about that. Anyway, uh, if you want any more information about any of the products that I had discussed here during our time together, just run over to groundzerousa.com. Take a look at all the products. They'll give you information for just about any question you might have about them. And then do yourself a favor and search out a dealer that has them and go sit down and listen to them. I think you will be pleasantly surprised, and hopefully you enjoy them. Thank you very much.